Complete devastation. These are pictures taken this morning on the island of Maui. The historic town of Lahaina leveled, homes, businesses, and historic hotels all destroyed by the wildfire. Tonight, help is on the way for the people of Maui.
Finally saw the pictures of what used to be our house and our town, and I'm just trying to figure out what to do from here because there's nothing to go back to.
Good evening. I'm Edie Lambert.
And I'm Andrea Flores. Tonight, thousands who call Maui home are now wondering what's next. Authorities say at least 53 people died in the fire. Hawaii's governor is saying that number is likely to rise. Crews are still searching for survivors and account for all of those who are missing. President Biden has approved a disaster declaration for Hawaii. That clears the way for federal aid. FEMA is mobilizing tonight. The head of the emergency agency will arrive in Hawaii tomorrow, and a mass evacuation effort is now underway. Buses are taking people from West Maui directly to the airport.
So those are the headlines, but take a look at the pictures. These can really show you what happened far better than any number or statistic can. The fire destroyed the town of Lahaina. You can see hundreds of homes gone. The shops and restaurants the people who live in Lahaina depended on for jobs also gone. It's clear from these pictures it is going to take years to rebuild, and the people of Lahaina are in for a very long recovery process.
Our hearts and prayers go out to individuals who have lost their family members, people who have lost their homes, businesses lost all their investments in businesses, small businesses. The entire town of Lahaina was burned.
The people of Lahaina lost everything. Some relief and donations are already starting to arrive. Truckloads of bottled water were unloaded today in Maui. Also, boxes filled with blankets. Volunteers are organizing the donated items in this field, and they will be distributed to those fire victims. Governor Newsom announced today that California is deploying an urban search and rescue team to Maui, and the team includes a battalion chief from Sacramento's fire department.
Yeah, they're so experienced with this. The 11-member team will help to coordinate and support emergency services where they're most needed. Their first priority will be assisting with recovery operations and, of course, the search for survivors. And more help is headed to Hawaii from Sacramento. This morning, Michael Maigilgori flew out of Sacramento International. He is a Red Cross volunteer. He will manage one of the many shelters that are set up for fire victims. He says he's been a part of the recovery process after some of California's wildfires, and he is hoping to provide comfort and help to those who have lost everything.
You just have to listen, be a good listener, and just offer them whatever kind of hopes that they can come up with, and that life goes on.
Michael Gorey tells us that he plans to stay in Hawaii as long as he's needed. And one Northern California family reunited with their loved one who arrived this morning from Maui after he escaped the flames in Lahaina.
Such a relief. KCRA 3's Maricela de la Cruz was at Sacramento International Airport for the reunion.
It may be the best birthday yet.
We finally got the call with like 3% left on his phone, and we were screaming, you know. Words just can't. They just can't describe how we felt.
As Carol DeLong and Courtney Johnson hug their loved one more time.
It's going to sound silly, but I promised my mom I'd be home for her birthday.
Just today.
Just today.
Dustin Johnson was staying at Lahaina for a week before flames quickly spread through Maui.
So 3 o'clock in the morning, wind's coming in, the towers are going down, like the streets look like spaghetti with all the power lines down.
Experiencing the devastation firsthand,
Like the entire harbor was just getting knocked around like bumper cars.
Dustin described the situation as a firestorm.
There's multiple levels of perfect storm for hell to break out.
An instant concern for his family who was unable to get in touch with him.
I mean, it was weird, but I just assumed he was in Hawaii. And that was that. But it wasn't until the next morning when we were having breakfast that I was like, oh, something's going on.
Despite the devastation that was unfolding before his eyes, Dustin says he didn't run off the island immediately.
I've got my sunglasses on so I can see through the smoke a little bit better. It's like keeping the smoke out of my eyes, and I'm running through, and I was like, go that way, go to the beach, go down to the beach, and just don't stop till you hit the palm trees.
And for hours helped others get as far away as they could from the flames.
I had this moment where I had the choice of, do I get on the boat or do I run back and help those people?
Marisela de la Cruz, KCRA 3 News.
You can just see how emotional he is having to tell that story over again. It's just so heartbreaking for all the people there.
And think of all the people who've been through that.
Yeah, countless people.
Yeah.
Well, tonight there are 3 flights arriving from Hawaii to Sacramento. The latest one is expected to land around midnight.
So we have been talking a lot about Lahaina. Our chief meteorologist, Mark Finan, continues our coverage with a closer look at that specific area.
So I've zoomed in here to the west coast of the island of Maui. So here's the coast. Here's where Lahaina is. Kaanapali, the resort, is up at the top of the screen, and that area appears to be unaffected. So if you go just to the east of Lahaina, there's that big mountain right in there, and that's where all the vegetation is, and it's very dry here on the west side of the island. So if a fire starts in here, you get those strong winds that can carry it right down into the town, and obviously that's what we saw on Monday night. So here's a closer look at the downtown area. Just to the east of town, there's more of a residential area, but then you get just to the west of the highway, and you can see how densely packed not only the residents are here, but also the businesses. And if you've been to Maui, most likely you've been to Lahaina. You've heard about Front Street. Front Street's been mentioned a lot, and you see all the buildings here. Most of those are businesses, restaurants, shops, that sort of thing. And then you can see that the road goes right along the seawall. You've also probably heard about people having to jump into the water because the flames are coming this way, and that's where they had to retreat to, so they had no choice but to jump into the water. Let's go a little bit farther south. The famous banyan tree, we've heard that sometimes, well, it's still standing, but it's been charred, so we don't know if it's actually going to survive. It is right in here. That's a landmark that a lot of people go to. There's the harbor in here, and yeah, most of the buildings in here are not standing anymore. Some are, but really a large area on Maui just wiped out by that fire. Back to you.
It's so devastating, Mark. Thank you so much for that closer look. Thousands of travelers are being affected by the wildfires. Buses are taking tourists from Maui's West Shore cities directly to the airport. Thousands of travelers are crowding into the main airport on the island. Officials have opened the Hawaii Convention Center in Honolulu to take in thousands of displaced tourists and locals. Tourists said the fire swept into Lahaina with little to no warning.
Saw like the fires. I didn't really know there was any serious fires going on. Once I left, or else I would have grabbed all my stuff. But I tried to come back around probably 6, 7 p.m. and the roads were closed. Traffic even getting out was really bad in the morning. But yeah, we could see the fires from the distance. It was really scary.
Major airlines are helping travelers rebook their trips to Hawaii. American, Southwest, United, and Hawaiian Airlines are waiving change fees for flights to and from Kahului Airport. The airport is served by 10 airlines in all. Thousands of people are seeking refuge from the fires in Red Cross shelters, and volunteers are providing evacuees with a safe place to stay, food to eat, and of course, some emotional support. We're teaming up with the Red Cross to collect donations for those efforts. You can help by scanning this QR code right there on your screen with your phone. And once you get to that link, you can designate the Hawaii wildfire specifically if you want your donation to go there. And more help from the Red Cross is on the way. Teams will also be helping with damage assessment and distributing relief supplies once it's safe to do so.